Hey there, Andrew from C1D Paintball. So for this video, it is taken at Warzone Paintball in Rico, and it was the last game of the day on this particular great day of paintball. Teams are 8 aside. Now there's myself, Alex, and Charlie playing on our side, the gold team. Connor is playing against us, as well as with 2 other experienced players. The remainder of those teams are walk-ins. Now, it is a capture the flag scenario outside on the map at the field called Saving Private Ryan. Now, I get tired, I'm older than most of the players at the field, and everybody was kind of getting tired on this in this situation. Not tired of the situation, I mean just physically tired. We'd run quite a few games. So hearing that it's capture the flag and, you know, I'm not really a guy to run in and get the flag, I know I'm not going to do too much running in here. Now, everybody has 2 lives, and when I looked where the flag was going to be put, it was clear to me because there was just kind of a lot of trees in this area, a lot of barriers. It's kind of in the middle. It was clear to me, especially late in the game, late in the day, like I said, everybody tired, just where the flag was, that more likely that the teams are going to whittle away at the 2 lives to knock them out. So I mean, you can get the win by getting the flag, bring it back to your base, or you can eliminate the other team. Usually in this situation, it's a combination of both. You whittle away the other team so it's easier to get to that flag before you bring it back to your base. Now, we're going to start our team with a strong left side. Me, Charlie, and Alex are going to take the left side. Our 5 walk-ins, the right side. So we're going to kind of encircle where the flag is, although the flag is more to the left, this encirclement. And we're going to wait to see what happens and, you know, just go out there, have fun. It's always about going there, having fun. For it being the last game of the day, being capture the flag, I was like, okay, you know, we had some balls left, Connor and I. It's like, let's play one more. They say it's capture the flag. It's like, we'll see what happens. Not my favorite game type. I don't hate it or anything, but usually I need to be a little pumped up or have a little more fuel in the tank before I play it. But anyway, enough babbling. I'm good at babbling. Let's see what happens.
Whoa! Is that the guy who got me in the head? Alex, am I a bad father? I got Connor.
Now, I kind of knew this might happen. Connor playing against us, he's very fast. He's always been fast doing track and field in school, as a defenseman in hockey, fast on his skates, fast on his feet in general. And to start the game, he doesn't even have his marker and he runs down for the flag because that marker is going to hinder him from running. He's got 2 lives. It is very high risk for him to come in and do this. But you know what? Maybe he catches it off guard. You know, we're going into position, and as we do that, he runs and gets the flag. This scenario can work sometimes. I should have paused. Let's do it again. This scenario can work sometimes. It doesn't on this one because there's a few of us that are angled in on Connor, and I think he got hit by more than just me, but I did hit him. I'll take credit for hitting him, and he's knocked out. It's just 1 life. So he kind of walks back in position, take his marker, and take a different approach. Once again, worth a try for sure. All right, this screenshot kind of shows the setup here in a nutshell. We got our front line, barriers were behind. You can see a front line here, the enemy barriers. Now, with everybody kind of in a big, more of an oval than a circle, we whittle away at each other. I'm actually going to hit another enemy as Connor's walking by back to spawn after he got hit, and I take another one of his teammates out. He's not out for the game, it's just the first 2 hits, but look, between 8 of them, 16 total lives, 2 of them are gone already. Not a huge thing, but not a bad way to start off. Now you can see with this kind of ellipse oval thing we got going here too is, I mean, a team can press from one side or lose a player here and there, and because the way the teams are fanned out, you can kind of adjust and adjust your players. So if you're getting pinched from one side, your guys can move in and cover that, and of course if you lose a guy, you can fill gaps as well. So really built for defense, this setup. So I haven't captured the flag on it. It's interesting.
He's smart, he dropped his marker. Check! He's out! I took 2 out already. Guys, remember, we can just kill them all twice and then it's easier too, eh?
There's cover right there.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Miguel! Oh, here, that's it.
All right, Alex spots a little heavier presence of the enemy on the right. I relay that information to our guys on the right. We know there's guys there all along their front, but they're a bit heavy on the side there. And the one thing we don't know is where their experienced players are, because Connor went around somewhere we don't know. All our 3 experienced players are on the same left side. If all of 3 guys are to the right of us, they might be able to drive in and take some of our walk-ins out. I mean, for us to go around and do the same kind of wrap in on our side, the 3 experienced players, the flag's right there. It's a bit of an open area, not a really great situation, but through the forest to our right, they can actually take some people out. So, gonna fire a volley into there, maybe get lucky to hit somebody again. But in my head vividly, I'm remembering like, oh boy, we don't know where those better players of theirs are, so we gotta be wary of this.
19. My ass is sticking out there. Yellow.
Now I try to call out to my teammates to just relay some information, you know, keep us all on the same page, but they're concentrate on shooting directly ahead of them. So our right flank is, I don't know if it's happening, I don't know if they're just shooting people back or it's coming up, you know, all this. But in my head, not only is it a possibility, I'm figuring it's a liability.
We're flanking right. Yeah, you got it.
So Alex has moved up. He's closer to flag, a little bit wide left of me, and Charlie's also moved up to that position. So we're kind of creeping in towards the flag. Now, is it better if we take it, or are we just better to knock the enemies out? We'll see what happens. Now, I'm just sitting there, taking it all in, but my other experienced teammates, you know, they're making a slightly aggressive move. Like I said, not necessarily a push, but an adjustment. Previously, there were 4 teammates here. Now I only see 2. So nobody's walked behind me to go back to spawn to get knocked out. So the other 2 guys must have moved up on the rights here, kind of right and ahead of me.
Call it when you take somebody out.
Now you got this little guy on our team. He's moved to my right, behind me to my left, and he's headed towards where Alex and Charlie are. Now, I don't want him to be a meat shield, the little guy. And sometimes you see that where they throw, like, you go for the flag, little guy, or whatever. But the reality is, I got 2 really good guys on that side. And if this little guy can get near him, they can throw serious cover fire for him to get the flag. So I'm not calling anything out, because in this situation, the other side would hear too. But those guys on the other side there, they're smart. Hopefully they can use the our little friend here to our advantage and get that flag. Now when the video starts up again, you'll hear me mention that all I see is hopper. Shots on the marker and the hopper do not count in this game. So all I see is the hopper. I know where a guy is, all I see is hopper. But when I say that out, well, lo and behold, Charlie takes that guy out. Must have been, or could have been, might have been, must have been the guy I got earlier, because as Charlie hits this guy in a body shot, not a marker shot, he retreats off the field. So we have an advantage manpower-wise.
All I see is hopper. That's one! Hit! One!
Now I get hit and I'm down to 1 life left. So I'm heading back to the spawn area. And I know I'm maybe shouldn't be, normally I wouldn't went to the left side. It's a bit aggressive towards the flag. And in my head as I walk to spawn, I'm thinking maybe I should stay on the right. It's a little safer. Maybe I'll go around, do something that's a little more in the shadows, more my style. I don't want to risk it too much, but really, as I'm thinking this walking over, I'm going to wait till I actually get to spawn and I'll assess what's going on before I just make that decision, not knowing what is really going on.
Drop it! Come here, quoi? So je suis ici, attends 2 secondes. C'est 2 fois?
Now, you might have noticed after respawning, I kind of start going to my left a bit, as if I'm going back left. And one of my teammates has gotten hit, so I'm kind of just walking with him or helping guiding him, showing the way to spawn. But as that happens and we get back to spawn here, just a couple steps for me, one of our other teammates is retreating off the field. He's been hit twice. So now it's like, okay, I gotta stay on the right side, I gotta fill that gap. This guy got taken out to my right up in the forest, an area I'm a little familiar with, so yeah, I gotta plug that hole.
I'll cover the side. Fuck, he's got an air problem.
Okay, this little barrier here, in a previous video I did, there was an enemy here who was a real thorn in my side is a good expression, a good way to, polite way to say it. So I kind of know this area around there, and one thing I know, although I haven't actually ventured physically over there before, but I've dealt with like firefights and that in this area, but I do know that if I can get around this spot, I actually have a pretty good flank. I'll be on the east side of where the other enemy team spawned. So it's a good place to be. But remember, I'm filling the gap of a teammate that just got knocked out. He could have got knocked out going to the same place I'm thinking about going right now. Enemy spotted. Now I'm gonna throw some shots in and actually take the player out. But as I fire, you know, we've exchanged shots at each other and I'm gonna hit the dirt. So even though it's the end of the day for paintball, last game of the day for me and Connor, and Alex by the way, gave him a lift to the field. Aren't I nice? So even though it's the last game of the day, I'm not going out easy here. I got hit once already. I'm actually up in a good spot here. I know I just took this guy out, hit the ground, because you know what? I don't want to just give them that second life of mine. They got to earn it. All right, I like this angle. I like where I am. I'm not going to advance more wide on the right because remember, I just fired some shots here. So the enemy knows I'm in this general area and really they can hit me from the side. Right now I've got this cover in front of me. I've actually got this little spot here. I'm going to advance this way. So, I mean, if I went around more towards the right of this tree, like wide right, would have been an easier target. They know I'm here after all, but not going to do that. Just going to advance here because I've got a good little cover. And really, I'm thinking I can sit here and just pick people off till the end of the game, as long as, you know, they don't run up and get the flag. I'm covering my side, and I trust my teammates are doing their job, and they're taking care of the flag. All right, I like this spot where I am. If any fire comes my way, I can just go to the left, hide behind this tree, and you know, just got a good solid angle, better cover than where I was behind. And really, if I feel like it, I can swing right from here and kind of do a Leroy Jenkins and try to take some players out. But I'm not going to have to do that, because what's going to happen here off camera, that little guy, supported by Alex and supported by Charlie, is going to capture the flag and win the game.
Game over!
Game over.
So that's it. We got a gold. It's the end of the paper. The script. The way I babble, it's like, does it really have a script? You should see how long these videos would be if I didn't have a script. I would just go even worse. So we get the flag. Little guy with support of a couple of veterans takes it, and a great game of ball, and another great day of paintball comes to an end at the Warzone, at the paintball Warzone, at Warzone Paintball, you could say. That's about it. We adjusted our game for this. We had a lot of new players in there. Like I said, even though we had all the experienced guys on one side, we weren't overly aggressive. Connor threw caution to the wind doing that run for the flag at the start there. We didn't go cutthroat. We didn't call out, oh, there's noobs here and there. You got to go with the flow, especially if you go to the field and you know you're playing with walk-ins. You know that it's a walk-in day. You have to adjust your game for it. You have to keep it fun for everybody. You can't go out there and just wipe the family on the other team, you know, wipe the squad, wipe the noobs, because the next time you go to the field, those new players, who were there before and you were a jerk to, they're not going to come back. And then, you know, do I have to do a correlation? People don't come back to the fields, don't need the fields anymore. It's not economically feasible for the owners, and the next thing you know is you got nowhere to play. So use your head. I know it's simple. Everybody's saying, yeah, duh. Not everybody. Some of you are. Maybe most of you are, but all it takes is one guy to take it to a stupid level for a stupid reason, for a selfish reason, and wreck it for everybody else. Not only short term for that day, for that game, but long term. So be a good person, go out there, have fun, and remember, at the end of the day, it's just a game.